Welcome to the Flow Tao Salon. Today we are diving into a really fascinating white paper that basically maps out the future of consumer culture. And spoiler alert, it's a future where the spotlight isn't on the elites anymore, but on the everyman. So, where does this all come from? Well, this is forward-looking research from the Business Narrative Research Institute. It's a joint venture, actually, between the ad agency Zanyi Growth Network and Zhejiang Sci-Tech University. And they're forecasting some pretty major shifts by looking at all the key trends that popped up throughout 2024 and 2025. And this quote right here, this is the core revelation of the entire report. It's not just a small change, it's a seismic shift that changes literally everything for brands, for marketers, and, for anyone who creates content. So let's break down what this really means for all of us.
All right, so here's our game plan. We'll explore this revolution by starting with the big idea, power shifting to the people. Then we'll dive into the new rules this creates for how we buy things, see where these trends are actually playing out, and finally, we'll wrap it all up with the 3 key takeaways you absolutely need to know.
So, what does it really mean for power to shift to the everyman? Well, at its heart, it's about a fundamental change in who we listen to, who we trust, and the kind of stories we actually want to believe in anymore. What's so interesting is this contrast. The era of the perfect, flawless, totally distant celebrity, it's fading, fast. People are tired of these grand perfect stories. Instead, we're craving authenticity. We want to connect with creators who feel like a fellow traveler on this journey of life. Someone real, someone flawed, and someone we can actually relate to.
And listen, this is not just a theory. Take a look at the blogger at Li Fu Guai. He just posts these simple, unpolished videos of his daily life out in the countryside. There's no glamour, no script, it's just reality. And for that, he has over 13 million followers. It just goes to show you there is a massive appetite for this kind of unfiltered realness.
So, the crucial point is this. Brands have got to shift their role. It's not about telling people what to value from some high and mighty pulpit anymore. It's about reflecting the values your audience already has and becoming more of a trusted companion in their world. Let's see how this shift is creating totally new consumer behaviors.
Now, this power shift isn't just about the stories we tell. It's completely reshaping how people spend their money and where brands need to show up if they want to make a genuine connection.
A huge trend that's emerging, especially with younger consumers, is what the report calls stingy chic. The joy of consumption has totally changed. It's moved from the pride of saying, hey, look what I can afford, to the deep satisfaction of saying, look how smart and creative I am with my money.
And these examples right here are where this idea just comes to life. I mean, using a urea bag for a picnic, that's not about being cheap. It's a creative, almost playful rebellion against traditional consumerism. It's about being clever and finding joy in unexpected ways, not just in fancy brand names.
Okay, so if big, flashy displays of wealth are out and this creative frugality thing is in, where should brands even be focusing their efforts? Well, according to this report, the answer is in the small stuff. The new battle for brand loyalty is one right here, in what they call micro-touchpoints. A clever joke on a receipt, really thoughtful packaging, a genuinely helpful user manual. That sincerity and creativity in these small, everyday moments is now way more impactful than some massive advertising budget. This whole cultural shift is happening on 2 parallel fronts at the exact same time. The hyper-local world right outside our doors and the ever-expanding digital world in our hands. People are rediscovering this powerful sense of identity, not in some far-off aspirational place, but right where they are, in their local markets, their county-level events, and these grassroots sports leagues like the Village Super League, which has become wildly popular. The focus is shifting from the global to the nearby.
And on that second front, you've got technology, which is empowering ordinary people to become creators on a scale we have just never seen before. The tools of production are no longer in the hands of a select few.
And you want proof of that power shift? A single AI-generated video on TikTok got over 5 million likes. This shows just how much these accessible tools have become a civilian tool, putting the power to create culture-defining content into, quite literally, everyone's hands. All right, so we've covered a lot of ground. What does this all mean for you? Let's distill this entire report down to the 3 most important takeaways you need for the road ahead. So the first crucial point is that the old top-down model is broken.
The significance of this is huge. Brands have to evolve from being these authoritative preachers to being relatable, authentic companions that walk alongside their customers.
The second key takeaway is that the definition of value itself has changed. This means brands need to respect and appreciate how smart their users are. The real opportunity now is in creating products that actually enable creativity instead of just relying on a fancy brand name to justify a high price.
And the final takeaway represents a massive strategic shift. Forget the huge, flashy campaigns. The most significant gains will be made by perfecting those little micro-touchpoints in the customer journey, and by genuinely connecting with communities on the ground level, in the nearby.
Ultimately, the report leaves us with this one powerful question. It's a challenge that urges every business, every marketer, and every creator to look ahead and decide which side of this profound cultural shift they want to be on. Because the era of the everyman, it's already here.